Happy Mondays. Sitting here over in Idaho Falls waiting to get loaded with my spuds for the day. I like that. Got unloaded this morning down in Tremonton. Nice, pleasant people. That's the way trucking should be, you know. You pull in there, put a kid in the back with a pallet jack, and then get me unloaded. Drove up here, pull over, load's ready, just waiting for the door. Should be unloaded, loaded and back out here within a... Old Justin, he got unloaded last night down in Salt Lake. Went up to Newdale, just above Rexburg there, and get reloaded to go back out to South Carolina, or something like that. South Carolina. So that's him. Brett's getting loaded today in Alabama. I might swap trails with him, we'll see. And the oil field truck did 18 loads last week. So, not big loads, little loads, but 18 is not too bad. He's working yesterday. He got 4 yesterday, and he's on it today, so can't be bad, you know, it's alright. There's one empty door up here, and there's a guy just hovering around, looks like he's going to try and get in it, but you better know. Because I'm next. I hope, anyway. That's what I'm planning on. Pick up some here and go to another door. What happened this weekend and during the week there? I went down to Houston, load of spuds, dropped them off, reloaded, back up to Utah. Good rate still, you know. The trucks are running all right. No, there's no serious repairs. I need to tell you a story about Justin here, just real quick. But we had a situation, and this is, we're looking for drivers officially. I need some drivers. We've got a couple of people that are forming a little consortium and buying some trucks, and they want to lease them on to us. So need to find some drivers for them. Plus, I'm looking for a driver for this purple beast. Good going truck. I know I don't really like the 10-speed aspect of it, but it got, since I picked it up in Florida, it's done 6.5 miles per gallon, and it's not been switched off because of the ignition key situation that it wouldn't start in Florida. I switched it off last night, checked the oil, and the freaking thing started, and it hasn't failed to start since. So I don't know what that was, or whether, I don't know. But we need to find some drivers. So here goes for the world's worst recruitment advert. It's probably extremely politically incorrect. And in Scotland there's a TV show called Still Game. If you haven't watched it, you should. Anyway, one of the episodes we use the word nay chance, meaning no chance. If you're from America or not from Scotland, I need to translate for you. So we don't want any of the following, or nay snowflakes, you know, nay time wasters, nay tire kickers, none of these people that want to just sit around in the truck and think it's their own personal hotel that they can stop whenever they want, do whatever they want with it. It's there for you to make a living, there for you to make us some money. That's it. So if you're into, you know, stop at the casino and hanging around and all that stuff, don't come here. You'll just waste my time, you'll waste your time, and it'll be a short-lived visit. If that's what you want to do, that's all fair and good for you, but it's no here. The guys that are here get paid really, really well. They work really, really hard, and that's how our whole thing goes. It needs to be that way. Truck prices are too high, insurance is too high for them to be sitting there and doing nothing. I'll tell you about our Justin. This is an example. Now, I've run buses and I've been out there, and if there's the slightest thing wrong with the bus, the driver will put his feet up on the dashboard and phone in and say, hey, I'm stuck, there's a problem, send somebody out. It doesn't happen here. The distances are so vast that you need to be very self-reliant. Now, I'm not going to use all the I've seen it on here before where people use the corporately correct terminologies. You know, you need to have a team player, you need to be able to do this, you need to do that. No, for me, You just need to get in the truck. It's simple. Take the truck, pick up the crap, take it there, drop it off, pay you. Is it? It's as simple as it can be. Yeah, there can be issues, but you're going to be dealing with them. Justin, this isn't everybody, but Justin went out last night, on his way, came across Wyoming. He phoned me up and said, hey, good news and bad news. I said, well, let's give me the bad stuff first. He said, well, your brake chamber is leaking and is bringing the brakes on. I said, oh crap, middle of Wyoming, Sunday night. Now if I have to call somebody out to that, he's not going to make his appointment time. It's going to cost me a lot of money. He's not going to make his reload appointment today. As it is, he got under there with a pair of vice grips, crimped the airline, and then took a cage bolt that's on the side of the brake can and screwed it into the brakes to back off that brake chamber so that it could run along the road. Running last night, got unloaded, drove up to Idaho, got reloaded. During that amount of time, I've called Jeff and said, hey, big man, I need a brake chamber fitted. He's got it, dropped off at the shop. The truck's there, loaded right now. It's Monday lunchtime. That'll be fitted, and that truck is still on schedule, done everything it needs to do. But if you're the kind of guy that's going to set up and go, I'm stuck, come and help me. You're there. You are the man in the moment, you know. When Young West come to work with us, he didn't have a lot of experience, but he's down there in the Texas desert, being MacGyver, getting, you know, patching things up and to get out. You know, if you're stuck in the desert, you know, you're gonna have to wave somebody down that's working with you and talk to them and get help and get out of there. There's nobody gonna come to help you. You know, that kind of scares me a little bit about South Texas, because it's freaking right out there. There's nothing anywhere close. But that's the kind of people who need to do the driving. Bit self-reliant. Don't need to be an expert mechanic, but you need to have a bit of savvy about you. I pay my guys on a percentage. They get paid from 20% to 25% of the load, depending on their experience, how hard they run and how good they are. And there's no discrepancies there. I get the rate confirmation sent to me when it's booked, and I just give them the paperwork. There it is. Have a look at it. That's what you're getting paid. Divide it by 4. If there's a load going down to Florida and back up, and they're going to make 10 grand on it, which is a very, and we know even into Florida, we're getting that going to Atlanta now and coming back, more than 10 grand. So a driver's making 2.5 if he's good, and all of my guys are in 2.5 now. Oh, here comes Mr. Santa Claus. Hold on. Sorry about that there. That was the guy that tells you what door to go in. He looks a bit like he's got one of them big old V beards that look like he's from ZZ Top. But we're looking for drivers, both for the oil field and for over the road. The blue one, I'm just going to go and checking that right now with Jeff, see how it's coming along the Kenworth. And we've still got the old white one that we're going to put down there. We'll use that to load trucks locally up here for doing some switcheroo work. But that's about it. You know, just need to find some good men, and I don't want to waste my time or anybody else's time. You know, if you're a fantasist and you just like the thought of it or the idea of it, you know, I've got drivers working for me. Justin's 26 and Brett's a wee bit older than that. So we're not worried about your age. Pretty much Brett come to us with only Swift experience for a few months. Wes had, they all actually come through Swift's training program, so thank you Swift for your work that you do training people. The trouble that those guys all had was the monitoring equipment and the restrictions. So you go to work for them, and I've never done it, but what I understand is there's in-cab monitoring of everything that you do. You know, they'll tell you where you're fueling and all this type of thing, and everything. There's no discretion or intelligence required for the driver to figure things out. You know, so plus if you do something wrong or you drive a certain speed, you go the wrong route, apparently you get messages sent to you in the Qualcomm, so they're always being monitored. Come here, I was talking to Justin about this last night. I met him down in Plymouth in Utah there when I was waiting to unload, and he was already unloaded. He loves the job. He loves working for us, and they'll all freaking maybe tell me that, but I like working for me. It's a pretty good gig, because you get your rate confirmation, you're left alone. There you go. That's what the job is. It tells you where you pick up, the pickup number, the phone number, when you've got to be there, where you're going, phone number for that place. All that information is there. Give that to them. I don't want to make up my little thing and take some from it and give it. That's it. That's what you're getting paid. Go do the job. Get on with it. And that's about how it is. And some people like to have their hand held and to have that environment, but I don't like it, and the guys out here don't like that either. So I just give them that, and then if they want to talk to me, they can talk to me. I like it when I get a little text message or a little notification each day to know where they're at. At the weekends though, I don't phone them. They pick up on Friday and they're loaded, and they're going to unload on Monday. I just think, you know what, carry on, do your thing, run over the weekend. I ain't going to bother you, they don't bother me. I get in the truck, there's no brokers calling you, hardly any, or people try to sell you things, so my phone's quiet. I run across the country and think, this is a good gig. So they get left alone. And the other flip side of that is that you have to do things for yourself. You have to think on your feet when issues come up. But you just keep yourself legal, keep yourself right, and it's quite a simple, straightforward, easy job that pays. Like today's rates, if you're getting paid a percentage, I would be astonished. And these guys that work for me work pretty steady. They don't take a lot of time off. So there is no reason why they should not all make 6 figures this year. No reason at all. And more than that, if you're working every week of the year to make 6 figures, well, you can take 2 weeks off, I suppose. But to make 6 figures, you have to do 100,000. That's what I mean. So that's 2,000 a week, which means you need to haul $8,000 worth of freight. So I went to Houston and back. It was a tight run for me on the way down, but I left on Wednesday afternoon. But if I'd left on Wednesday morning, I got unloaded on the Monday, and I wasn't pushed too hard on the way back. This load here going down to, where's this going? I'm going to say Atlanta. This pays $6,000 going down, and then all the loads coming back start with a 4. So you get from here to Atlanta and back easily in a week. So that's $2,500 for a week's work. When the logbook things come off, it's a little bit, you have to be a bit more creative, but we're not running like maniacs. We're just using our time a bit more effectively, rather than like this load here. Once this is on, 2 pickups here, I'm still fresh, I'm in town. Once this is loaded, I'll drive till 9, 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock at night, and I'll get up when I'm waking up at 5, half 5, and go. And although that's shorter than the 10 hours off, tomorrow I won't do as much because I'll be able to stop at a normal time, because I have 2 good nights sleep backed up right now. But then you get on to, I like to get up at 5 and start run till about 9, 10 o'clock, have 300 miles under my belt, and get something to eat, and then just potter along through the day, until I feel thinking, I'm going to take a little stretch out in the back and go. But so we're looking for some drivers. The oil fields are a definite possibility as well. We've got a big job starting on the 15th of May, which is running from Gallup, New Mexico. You run up to Farmington. We go the longer way because it's less stress in the trucks, and it's mainly freeway, 4-lane. But you run up from Gallup up to Farmington, and then back down to 550 a little ways for maybe 20 miles. And if a guy's on that, doing it the way we do it, those loads each should pay anywhere between $1,050 and $1,100 to $1,200 per load, depending how heavy you ask them to run. So we do that, and that's good. You know, one of those a day and you're still making a decent living. So we have spots if you want to do it. I need to be getting my ducks in a row here as well, as far as getting some home time. That would be good if somebody could cover me, so while I go back and then back to Scotland for a little while. And we've got good dispatchers here, we've got things set up well with this workshop, and so, you know, it's a good job if you want it. But if you're a time waster, tire kicker, fantasist, lazy, dishonest, all that stuff, it's not going to end well for either one of us. So if you're the kind of guy that wants to get in a truck and pretend it's yours, or pretend, you know, I've seen it all, man. I've people work for me that I'm not doing it. No tolerance for it whatsoever. So don't leave a good job and come here thinking it's going to be cushy, because it'll end quickly. But if you want to come in, if you're skint, flat broke, not get the money to get here, let us know. We can help with that and get you going, make you some money. But I don't want anybody to come out here and work for us that thinks it's going to be an easy thing and you're going to make 50 grand a year without doing much. If you're only making 50, you're not making anybody any money. So because you're on a percentage, you see, and if you're in 25%, that means the truck's only doing, you know, 4 grand a week. That you can't make that truck can't pay it that. When I'm talking about all these numbers, right, if anybody's sitting there watching that thinking, oh my goodness, they're making a fortune out there, those trucking companies, it's not really that way, obviously. I mean, this is a Loves t-shirt, a Loves jacket, you know, just you know, but the numbers are big, and hopefully someday the bit that's left will be good for me. But I want to get things paid off this year and get myself into a better spot than I was at the start of this year, so that if and when any dip in the market comes along, I'm alright. So, but let us know if you want a job. Come on down. See you later.